Light is Britain's far-right conspiracy theory paper spreading hate and vicious lies. No, that's what the BBC say. The Light is the only national newspaper bringing you the real news and informed opinion on what's really going on today. You can subscribe, order copies, submit articles, and read back issues on our website, thelightpaper.co.uk, and see for yourself why the establishment are so worried about the uncensored truth getting out to people every month. The Light Paper. Not far right, just right so far. thelightpaper.co.uk.
Scene script. Have you ever pondered the idea of financial independence and early retirement? The notion of not having to clock in at 9 or wrestle with the daily grind? Imagine a life where you're not shackled by financial obligations or a demanding job. It's not an impossible dream, but a reality for those who embrace the FIRE movement. That's financial independence, retire early. Consider the tale of Jane, a woman in her early 30s. Jane was an ordinary person living an ordinary life. She had a 9-to-5 job, a mortgage, car payments, and a lifestyle that was comfortable but hardly extravagant. And like most people, she dreamed of a life where she didn't have to worry about money. Jane decided to make a change. She began by cutting back on non-essential expenses, saving as much of her income as possible. She invested wisely, focusing on assets that generated passive income that didn't require her to trade time for money. Slowly but surely, Jane began to build her financial independence. She was still working, but she was no longer living paycheck to paycheck. She had a safety net, a cushion that gave her the freedom to make choices based on what she wanted, not what she needed. Fast forward 10 years, Jane, now in her early 40s, had achieved her goal. She was financially independent. She had enough passive income to cover her living expenses, and she no longer needed to work to survive. She was free to retire early, to spend her time as she pleased. Jane's story may seem extraordinary, but it's not unique. It's the story of anyone who has embraced the principles of the FIRE movement. It's a tale of discipline, of sacrifice, and of a relentless pursuit of financial independence. To summarize, the key points discussed today revolve around the idea of financial independence and early retirement. It requires discipline and sacrifice, cutting back on non-essential expenses and saving as much as possible. It involves investing wisely, focusing on assets that generate passive income. But most importantly, it requires a change in mindset. It's about seeing money not as a means to buy things, but as a tool to buy freedom. It's about understanding the true value of time and the freedom that comes with not having to trade it for money. This is the essence of the FIRE movement. It's not just about retiring early, it's about achieving financial independence, about gaining the freedom to live life on your own terms. Like Jane, you too can embrace the principles of the FIRE movement and embark on a journey towards financial independence and early retirement. After all, the only thing standing between you and your financial freedom is you.
Ever wondered how much you'd need to save to achieve financial independence? The answer lies within the mathematics of a concept known as FIRE, which stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. The most essential number in your journey to financial independence is calculated by multiplying your annual spend by 25. Notice the emphasis on annual spend, not annual income. This calculation is based on the principle that you need £300 invested for every pound you wish to spend each month in passive income. Hence, your FIRE number is also your monthly spend times 300. This mathematical principle is founded on the 4% safe withdrawal rate, as defined by financial advisor William Bengen. He proposed this rate after analyzing the S&P 500, which typically produces an average of better than 10% growth per year when studied over a period of approximately 30 years. Bengen considered factors such as inflation and market volatility. After studying previous market activity, he concluded that a 4% rate of withdrawal per year would provide for a 30-year sustainable portfolio in the vast majority of cases. So to paint a clearer picture, if your monthly spend is £1,000, then your target for financial independence is 300 times 1,000, or £300,000. Alternatively, if your annual spend is £12,000, your financial independence target is 25 times 12,000, which also equates to £300,000. The first step in planning your financial independence, therefore, lies in understanding your monthly and yearly expenditure. Without this knowledge, it is impossible to take further strides towards your financial freedom. In summary, the mathematics of FIRE revolves around the principle of multiplying your annual spend by 25 or your monthly spend by 300 based on the 4% safe withdrawal rate. Knowing your monthly and annual spend is crucial in determining the amount you need to save to achieve financial independence. Armed with this knowledge, you can then plan your journey towards financial freedom. Remember, the journey to financial independence is not a sprint, but a marathon. Embrace the mathematics of FIRE and take the first step towards your financial independence today.
Guys, good morning. It is 10:55 on Monday the 27th of January 2025, and that means that we have completed 2 years and 43 weeks of what will be roughly an 8-year financial independence journey or experiment. And if we have a quick look at the markets, first of all, this morning you'll see that we are showing in the red here. We have the Vanguard S&P 500 down. It was down 3% a short time ago. Basically, having had a quick look at market news, what appears to be happening is that we are entering the reporting season, so in other words profits and losses. So we're entering the reporting season for big tech, and there appears to be a fair bit of pessimism or words to that effect, and that has pulled down prices a little bit. Enough to be noticeable, but as you can see, the current price there showing at £90.18. If we look on down in our portfolio at present, we've got 253 shares, and our return on investment is still just under 30%. So even with that 3% pullback, we are still very much on the winning side of things, and the current average purchase price sitting at $69.55. Now, I've forgotten, to be quite frank, what that changes by on a weekly basis, whether it's 11 or 12p or something like that, but we'll have a look, no doubt, whenever we get that far. Let's have a look at the notifications. So NVIDIA, the graphics card processor, assuming that's still their main business, falls 11% as DeepSeek's cost-efficient AI threatens high-end chip industry. Okay, so NVIDIA must be involved more in the development of chips now than they are necessarily graphics cards. Biggest stocks before earnings: AT&T, SoFi Technologies, Oxford Lane Capital, Dynex Capital, Bank of Hawaii. As I have often said in the past, I don't recognize very many of the names of those companies. I don't know what they do, but I don't have to. Because the fact of investing in a exchange traded fund where you're buying pretty much basically everything in the market, means that as the market is essentially, the index is essentially self-cleansing, then those stocks that are performing the best will be included in the index, and those that are not will fall just outside of it. So it doesn't really matter whether you know very much about each of the individual companies or not. You are automatically diversified by the fact of buying the index, and you're automatically protected to a certain extent by the fact of the index being self-cleansing. Let's continue. Biggest stocks before earnings again: Verizon Communications, American Express, Next Era Energy, Volvo and Ericsson. Then we have Twilio rallies 21% after unveiling optimistic 2027 profit forecast, looking quite far ahead there. Novo Nordisk jumps 11% on positive early stage results for amycretin obesity drug. Burberry soars 11% on upbeat quarterly sales, reigniting turnaround hopes. And then that brings us back to the previous purchase, which was 6 days ago. So we're a day ahead of the full week, but it is literally just a case of as and when I have time to make the videos and do the investment. I think today we're just a little bit lucky, in as much as with the market being down, we're going to be able to dollar cost average slightly, or at least that's how it looks right now. Before we go ahead and do this week's investment, let me draw your attention to Monzo as usual.
I want a bank that makes money easy.
That sounds perfectly reasonable.
And you are?
We're a bank called Monzo.
I want a bank that shows me what I spend instantly.
No problem, just give us a go. See?
Can you make splitting bills easy?
Super easy, check this out.
But it's a real faff to sign up.
It takes less than 10 minutes.
Ratio.
You're on.
Can I talk to a real person 24/7?
Of course.
Even now?
Yep.
Even now?
Anytime.
Can you tell me when I'm running a little low on cash?
We certainly can.
Cool. Can I afford these?
You certainly can't, sorry. Can't afford that either.
That's a real shame.
Not really. Time's up, how'd you get on?
It's a draw.
Can you help me save for my next holiday?
Oh, how about you set up a savings pot in the Monzo app called Barbados, baby?
Thanks for listening, Monzo.
We're all ears.
You can go now.
Rude. You make Monzo Monzo.
Okay, so as I have said many times in the past, Monzo is the current account that I use primarily myself. It's the account that I use to fund my Trading 212 account, and I just find it a really easy to use account. The app is brilliant. It's very user friendly. Very customizable, and with the addition of the ability to add on accounts for children under 16, it also means that you can do that with confidence, safely. You can keep control over their spending habits if you need to, and you can top them up if you need to do that as well. So yeah, as you could see there, there is an affiliate link in the description for this video if you want to give Monzo a go. It'll not cost you anything, and in fact if you use the affiliate link, you should be able to benefit from that. I think when I first posted that, the benefit to you would have been £5, but I think that has doubled now. I think they're actually giving away £10 if you do follow through with the whole process, open an account, fund the account and make use of it. I'm pretty sure you will get a tenner, and if you do that, so will I. So nothing to lose there. With that said, guys, let's get on with this week's investment. As normal, we're going to hit the buy button. We're going to put in 120 theoretical pounds into the Vanguard S&P 500 exchange traded fund, seen here on the practice side of Trading 212. As you can see, the market currently down almost 2.9% at this point in time. We expect to be buying 1.3 shares. Let's review the order. As you can see, it's a market buy. I'm not applying any limits or anything like that. It will just execute at current fair value, and we will send the order. That has executed at 132 shares we got for 90.24. That means that the current portfolio value is now 23,015. We have 255 shares, and the average purchase price has gone up slightly to £69.65. Return on investment still sitting at 29.5%. Not too shabby. Guys, that is going to be it for today. If you enjoyed watching today, please consider giving the video a thumbs up. As I say, don't forget to sign up with the affiliate link for Monzo. If you're interested in following the journey, hit the subscribe button, and I will be back next week with more. Thanks for watching today. Have a great end to your Monday, and please join me again soon.